What happened was Katie Tur, who is a very well-known and respected and very popular NBC News reporter, and she's got a show on MSNBC as well. This is somebody who is a reporter, a correspondent, handles the White House, handles politics, has done this for years for NBC News. And are you ready for this? She didn't even know about Barack Obama just a few years ago as president, whispering to the president of Russia, hey, let me get through this election in 2012 and I'll have more flexibility after that to give you what you want. Remember that, folks? All the talk going on today about Donald Trump is too cozy with Russia, yet here was then President Obama, that you may recall, in South Korea at this meeting, and he was sitting there talking with Dmitry Medvedev, who was the president of Russia, the outgoing president of Russia, and Vladimir Putin was coming in as the new president of Russia. And so Medvedev, let me just remind you, I'll give you a little bit of background here. What was happening, just to remind you, is there was the European missile defense system that was underway and under talks and such, and Russia didn't like this missile defense system. They wanted to make sure the missile defense system wasn't going to be aimed at Russia, and they wanted assurances from the United States that the U.S. will have Russia's back and stick up for Russia and fight on behalf of Russia against Europe. That's what they wanted in Russia. So Medvedev is sitting there talking with Barack Obama, who's president of the United States. This is in 2012, but it's an election year. He's running against Mitt Romney for re-election. So since it's an election year, Obama has to look tough on Russia. He can't look like he's caving in and taking Russia's side over our European allies. So what he does is he leans over and he's talking privately with Medvedev, the president of Russia. He thinks the microphone is off, but the microphone is on. And you can see it's on camera, and you can hear their voices. And he says to Medvedev about the missile issue, because remember, Russia's like, we want you to take our side against the European allies. We want you to make sure to take our side in this. And Obama leans over and says, you got to give me some space on this. I got to get through the election. And then Medvedev says, yeah, I understand. You need space. And so, in other words, Obama's like, what, back off. Don't pressure me right now, okay? Because I gotta look tough on you guys through the election. Then President Obama says, as soon as I get through the election, I'll have more flexibility. In other words, I'll have more flexibility to give you what you want. I don't have the flexibility right now because I gotta look tough against you guys. So let me get through the election, wink, wink, then I'll give you what you want. Medvedev says, okay, I understand. We'll give you the space. I'll tell Vladimir. You can see it. It's on camera. They're right there having no clue that he's being recorded saying this. Now, this is what happened then. Conservatives across the country, including me on this show, I remember talking about it, are like, wow, here's Barack Obama as president of the United States pretty much telling Russia, wink, wink, just be patient, let me get through the election and I'll be able to give you what you want. Now, can you folks even imagine if Donald Trump was busted saying something like that? If a videotape came out of Donald Trump talking with Vladimir Putin and thinking he's off camera and leaning over and whispering, going, yeah, look, I know what you want from me, but I can't get it right now. I'm trying to win this election. Let me win the election. Give me some space. Let me win the election. Then I'll have some more flexibility. I can give you what you want. I mean, can you imagine if something like that came out where Trump was having that conversation with the president of Russia just before the election of last year? That's exactly the conversation that Barack Obama actually really did have in real life with the president of Russia. But here's the thing, back to NBC. How do you have one of their top star reporters and anchors, Katie Tur,